Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Let's play Pillars of Eternity with Tracks 2. Oops. Um, I've tried this next fight a few times. It's not gone well.
Yes?
Hopefully, we can manage to complete it, but
Indeed.
I don't know. I might have to roll back and try it from outside of the room so I can activate story mode because it only works on maps you haven't loaded yet for some insane reason. But welcome to the giant device and say hello to Theos. You've come to a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. At the far end, a great pillar of adra pierces the floor from below like a ragged spike, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they are all questions. At the base of the pillar stands Theos, a look of concern on his face as he notes your approach. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all others, spinning madly in your mind, but you don't dare ask it yet. You need some admission from him first, some hint of the veracity of your suspicions.
You are far from your post, Inquisitor. What brings you here?
Your mind races, weighing different angles of approach, your emotions barely in check. All these statues, who are they of?
They are monuments to Woodica's greatest servants among my people. I hope to join them myself one day, but my work is not yet complete.
The machine behind you, what does it do?
It has many uses, but its purpose is to bring structure to the chaos that surrounds it.
Was Ayovara telling the truth?
That woman sought only to destroy the foundations of peace and civility that my people sacrificed everything to build.
And what is this place?
We are in a sanctum holy to Woodica. There are others like it in service to the other gods. I come here often to pray for her counsel, and in this space I may be assured that she hears me.
Was the entire Inquisition based on a lie?
The Inquisition was based on the need to cut the flesh from a rotting wound.
You're shaking now, having lost all patience for tact. No more evasions. You have to know. Everything you believed. Everything you have done for the gods. Did you lie to me when you said the gods could end suffering? Theos says nothing. Are there no gods?
What is a god? Hmm? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked? Something men can turn to in their darkest moments when their days seem only like bridges from one tragedy to the next. Our gods are all these things.
With Theos' every word, you find yourself losing control of a boiling cauldron of rage and doubt and fear and hopelessness until you can take it no more. Are there no gods?
We're in a sacred place within earshot of the gods themselves. This is not the time. You've been through much.
Hmm.
You will return home and you will rest. When you feel you have recovered, you may rejoin us at the trials. The Inquisition is far from over, and I will have need of you.
Mm-hmm.
There are many who continue to spread the lies of the apostate. The Inquisition will not end until we have pronounced judgment on all of them.
His eyes linger on you, and there is no mistaking the threat behind it, and your rage shrinks at the image of an iron wheel in your mind, monolithic and caked in the dried blood of thousands. You do not ask your question again. We end dialogue, and past Theos disappears, and current Theos shows up as Itumek wanders around, completely unconcerned by the cutscene, which is hilarious.
How did you find it?
I didn't. It was Lady Webb.
Another in a string of acts of petty defiance. For all her knowledge, she always preferred spite over reason.
She loved you for some reason.
Then she should have obeyed. I ask one thing of all my followers. She was incapable. A waste of rare talent and intellect.
Blind obedience is a lot to ask of someone with a mind of their own.
What of your cohorts, then? They have followed you to their deaths. Is it loyalty that brings them here? Or is it, as my agents suggest, that they have no direction of their own? You worshipped Aethys, did you not?
Your spies are good. What gave me away? The cape?
Yet when your god needed you the most, you chose your country.
Ader frowns, irritated.
We were being invaded, not by anyone who was acting like a god.
Then I should think your hometown gave you a hero's welcome when you returned.
They gave me one. It didn't last, but what does?
Neither faith nor loyalty in your case, I think. Your god deserved better from his follower.
Ader's body tenses, but he catches himself. He shrugs, but bitterness is draped across his face.
You have devoted yourself to studying the work of my people. Why?
Because I believe we can learn from the past and use that knowledge to better ourselves. I wanted Rawatai to surpass the Angwithins, build upon what they knew.
And did you ever consider that these were things you were never meant to understand? That their comprehension is beyond you?
You're a dick. I hate you. I don't need to understand. I've seen what's become of your people. That's all the lesson I need.
You are living in the time of my people, Amawa. You owe them more than you will ever comprehend, and so it shall ever be. Greater civilizations than yours have attempted to reclaim what we buried. The greater their successes, the worse their fates in the end. I have seen to it.
Yeah, you're a mass murderer.
What of you, Orlin? My agents tell me you are far from home, both in distance and in years. Have your friends proven a worthy distraction from the pain of ostracism?
Ostracism? Is that the name for the groin rash your mother gave me? Don't fool yourself, old man. You know nothing about me.
I like Haravis.
Enlighten me, then. Is it Gallowayne you serve, or is it WoW?
I give both gods their due service, but I am servant to neither.
But such difficulty on the way. If you had only accepted that perhaps you were fit to serve neither god, just as you were unfit to serve your tribe, you might have saved yourself the trouble.
My tribe was unfit to serve me. And yes, I'm not fit to serve any god. I need only serve myself. Can you claim that, Theos? Are you your own master, or are you just Woodika's wet nurse?
I serve all people better than they will ever know. Better to live a competent servant than an incompetent master. State your name and purpose, young acolyte.
My name belongs to the gods, in my hand to their service. And I'm going to purge it of your stain.
You serve none but yourself. Without contact with your order, you can have no higher purpose. Only the base concerns of the flesh. You have cast yourself from our ranks.
No. I've risen above them. I'll take the leaden key and lead in a way that you, who remained nothing more than a slave to the gods, never could.
A leader without insight, directing an organization that does not question. Quite a vision, Initiate. You are far from home, dwarf.
I knew my hunt would send me a long way from Masuk. It was a challenge I was glad to undertake for my village.
A journey, then? It must be of some import to take you so far and to last so long.
It's important to Masuk, and so it's important to me.
You are here because you are lost. The gods cannot reach everyone, I'm afraid. May you fare better in your next lives.
He directs his gaze at you.
I gather you have had your soul awakened. Why else would you shadow my footsteps like some stray mongrel? You think I have something to offer you, but our business was concluded long ago.
One of us is going to die in this room. You may as well admit you lied to me before that.
I answered your question once. That your soul is not fit to accept the answers is of little concern to me. I lied to no one. Not to you, not to anyone. The gods are real. They are everything we need them to be, and the world is better for it.
You convinced me once that spreading your false faith would end atrocities. Yet here you are committing your own.
The spread of our faith ended many such atrocities. I do what I must to ensure it continues to do so. The heart of this country has skipped a beat. Nothing more. I have done far worse. I plunged the peaceful kingdom of Telosus into civil war. I slew the monarch of Desantio, whose people never knew hardship under his rule, and replaced him with a cruel despot who brought them to ruin. When plague arrived at the great city of Arborensis, I saw to it that the cure did not. They piled their dead outside the city in heaps that rose above their walls.
And nothing could justify these atrocities.
That's where you are mistaken. There was a time, back when your soul was still a shapeless mist, when the world believed only in false gods. Thousands of them. Gods that told them to take slaves. Gods that told them to make war upon their neighbors and devour the slain. Gods that told them to burn their children alive and cover themselves in the ashes as a sign of their faith. But all that changed when they learned of the true gods. Our gods. All those misshapen, bestial instincts melted beneath the radiance of our God's majesty. You could see it in their eyes. That dull emptiness replaced with the glimmer of a kindled spark.
The spark of false hope.
There is no false hope. Only hope for things that never come. Have you imagined this existence? The one the apostate would have created. We are not all so virtuous as she. Without our gods, the most wicked, the most tyrannical, they would take that power for themselves. But more than that, it would be a hollow existence. All mysteries forever unanswered. All purposes constructed from meaninglessness. No endings to bring closure. Only a wheel turning without mercy, grinding our spirits to dust.
You underestimate people.
For all my years, I have seen exactly what they are capable of. What the apostate asked was beyond any man. All I have seen, the millennia of experience. I will not be dissuaded from this course. This is the only way.
At least admit it. Admit to me that the gods are not true gods. I need to hear it from you.
You have not thought this through. There is no leaving this place for you. I allowed it once, but you have made it all too clear what a mistake my mercy was. With your soul and thousands of others, I will see this world purged of its suffering. Hear me, Woodica. Your servant calls for aid.
And we go into naturally the final fight. Because of course the final fight is completely unskippable.
Roach 10!
Yep, he knocks everybody down. And now he's about to bring the statues to life, because he's a dick. And unfortunately, these statues are so powerful as to be more or less invincible. Okay. You focus on him. You focus on him. You need to go this way. You need to go this way. You need... What are you activating anyway? Wood skin, that's fine. Aloth, you need to hit him very, very, very hard with this, if you can. Okay. And how about again? Basically, we need to knock out these statues before... Yeah, the problem is that he's so stupid tough that... Oh, we're also in fast mode, which is unhelpful. Yeah, just keep blasting him with spells. Okay, and now he's invincible, which is problematic. So now everybody needs to concentrate on knocking down this one, while you do your... Try knocking him over. Yes. So the trick is we have to kill this one, then this one. That way, when all that's left is Theos... You, where's your boiling spray? Can we just blast this one? Yes, we can. Yes. Yes. That's good. You're barely injured. Okay. No, you keep hitting him. You get over here. Blast him. You need to... Not that. Are you using the right thing? Accuracy and damage. Yeah, that'll work. What about you? What are you using? Sheathed in Autumn. Freeze damage. +1 enemies engaged. Or Retezi's Thorn, which is... yeah, switch out to your spear. And keep stabbing them.
That's not very helpful.
Right, you. I need... I don't think that you're in reach to actually attack multiple targets. No, you're not. Yes. You are busy. Oh, we're gonna need those ogres. Just keep shooting. Yeah. Ow. You, can you do Moonwell? Yes. I need you to drop Moonwell right here. You need to get over here as soon as you get unstunned. Yes, you're also using the shotgun pistol. You keep on that. Ow, by the way. What are you in? You're in defender mode. Yeah, you're okay. Oh. You know what? Go to Guardian stance instead. No, you need to be... No, you absolutely have to have ogres. Yes, because we need that additional combat ability. No, keep focusing on him. You're actually doing pretty okay here. Can you try knocking him down again? Because he can be knocked down, he's just very resistant to it.
That's not very
Ow.
helpful.
You. Because right now he's being inhabited by Genius Boy here. Yes! Okay. Now we go over here, and everybody focus on this one. Yes, because as soon as we kill him, then everybody can focus on Theos. No, it's fine. Everything's actually going very, very well. For once. Yeah, unfortunately he keeps
That's not very helpful.
giving them a good smashing. What is this one? Modal is... Let's see. What are... Okay. Dragon Thresh, Dragon... Okay. This is not quite what I meant to do. Right click. Dragon Thresh, the dragon... Okay, that's not quite what I had in mind. The problem is that I need to basically get into his character screen to see what his abilities are doing. Okay, so we can summon ogres, which is useful. Brisk recitation. No. Yeah, I don't entirely know how to... Yeah. they all have special effects, and I just don't know what they are off the top of my head. Ah, gotcha. Now, you get back. Gain up, back up. Keep shotgunning him. You. What is this? Ridengrim's Enervating Terror, which is not really going to help a lot. Here, missile him. These guys have been confused. Ow. He just knocked out Itimak, which is obnoxious. See if you can wound him. Wounding shot, that's good. That makes him bleed and makes it harder for him to... Alright. Come on. Here. Necrotic Lance him, thank you. You get further back. Oh, she's just been knocked out. You, second wind, please. You two, do you wanna? Yes, get over here. Give him a good smacking. You, run away a bit. How about you? Do you have anything left? You got another necrotic lance in you. Ow. Can you... Yes, you're already dropping Moonwell. Come on. Yes. Generation for the win.
Yes?
Get over here. Stab him in the back. Ha. Maybe we can knock him down. You. Oh, stop with the flippin'... Ah!
Let's end this.
Ow. No. Get away from there. Keep running and chanting. Running and chanting. Alright, you are by yourself, so you can just punch on him. You need to keep running and chanting.
Right away.
Tricks to keep him running and chanting. Ah, there we go. Now, we can drop some ogres behind him. Yes. Everybody who's still awake. Smack him good. Yes. Ader, get back. Thank you. What is this? Yeah, because these attacked something and then couldn't bounce, and so they don't work now. Ooh. Yeah, give him a smacking with the Grimoire. Alright, get back. Yes. How are you doing? Badly injured. You, switch back to your sword. Keep smashing him. I really like those ogres. Now, yep. Fresh ogres. Best part about fresh ogres is that they won't be affected by the spell anymore. Yes. Give him a good smashing. He's barely injured again. Curses! You can't keep hit. You have to hit him, and he's killed Harabas, which is unhelpful. Yeah, he's back to barely injured. You're completely out of anything of any use. See if we can just put him to sleep. Ah! Get back. Get back in there. Ader. He's just second chance on unconscious. Fresh ogres, please. Yes, smack him. Keep hitting him. He just keeps healing and I can't stop him. I don't know if you can actually do any good with your weapon. Ow. Come on, we have to stop him now. No, you need to stop attacking him. Yes. Come on, he's gotta run out of spells eventually. Not that. Oh, for pity's sake. Stop wasting your abilities on the terrible spells. Keep hitting him. See, now the ogres have expired. Good job, genius. Alright, you need your... just none, okay? Just don't do anything. Just keep chanting, just keep shooting him. Yeah, you're kind of totally out of abilities, aren't you? Yep, just keep shooting him. Ow. Stop blasting Kana. Yep, he's still confused. If he can survive that confusion... Nope, don't get in range. Just keep running, just keep running.
The enemy is over that way.
Yes, you attack him. We killed him. Oh, thank goodness. At your feet rests the body of Theos, hollow, the dense wrinkles shaped by silent shouldering of an eternal burden now smoothed across his color-drained face. His soul remains still for a moment, defenseless, its energy expended in defeat. It lies sprawled across his body like a death shroud.
All those lifetimes spent to preserve a single vital secret. I can't imagine having that much certainty.
Yeah.
I hope this is the end, but what's to stop him from being
I thought you
born
were dead.
with the same ill intent? And before you suggest the option, no, I'm not eating his soul. I'll put almost anything in my mouth, but not that.
After journeying for lifetimes, I can't imagine his failure, knowing it was all for nothing.
Some point, you have to look at the things your God is telling you to do, and ask yourself if it's worth it. All those lives, and at the end of them, he was no better than the very people he sought to guide. A pity he would ever have to face that realization again.
I think there's a missing end there. Let's explore Theos' soul. With a deep breath, you plunge into Theos' soul, and where in Brackenbury it had been a maze of narrow corridors and dead ends, it is now expansive and borderless, its walls crumbling into heaps like the ruins of Engwith as you pass through them. You travel for what seems like ages, rushing to a known destination, a memory you glimpsed once before. At last you see it, no more than a pinprick of light at the end of a long tunnel, expanding slowly at first, then quickly as you near. You come out in the room you are standing in now, but it is new and pristine and filled with people, thousands of them, all turned towards the great Adra pillar and the machine that encases it. Theos stands at the machine, and you are one with him now. You look out at the crowd, at faces of shriveled old men and cherub-cheeked little girls, at mothers bouncing infants to quiet them, and fathers clasping their children's restless hands and watching you with somber acceptance. A woman with tears in her eyes gives you a small nod. You turn back toward the machine, your breath constricted beneath the weight of unwanted knowledge, preparing yourself to set out alone on a journey without end. You close your eyes and open them again to find the machine still in front of you, beckoning. You take your place in front of it, place your hands on a large mechanical disc at the base of the great crystal column, and speak a single word. Giant rings creak to life, building speed, setting arrays of carved draconic mouths aglow, and sending tremors through the platform beneath you. The entire room shakes now with the force of the accelerating machine, all sound drowned out by its deep, deafening thrum. Excuse me. Brilliant tendrils of light arc toward the pillar in all directions, and you look over your shoulder to see them engulfing the crowd, burning them brightly like hot iron. One by one, the tendrils disappear, leaving ashen effigies where people once stood, many of them disintegrating into gray heaps under the stress of the tremors. You look above to the outer pillar, and a glowing spherical mass has begun to coalesce atop the column where the arcs converge. It grows and pulses, translucent and bulbous like some immense chrysalis, suspended in slow rotation as though it were being spun from the arcs of light. When the last arc disappears, the spectral mass hangs a moment, no longer rotating, so bright you must shield your eyes with an outstretched hand, and it seems to you as though it is looking at you. You bow your head in acknowledgement, and look back up to see it melt onto the pillar like warm candle wax. The pillar flares with a flash of light bright as the sun itself, then fades to darkness. The machine slows down to an abrupt halt, and when the last echo of its grinding cogs has passed, the chamber is still, and you are alone. From all sides, reality begins to bleed in through the memory, and you find yourself in your own skin once more, looking down on Theo's lifeless body. You sense a listlessness to Theos' soul, an overwhelming fatigue that hinders its. Sense listlessness to Theos' soul, an overwhelming fatigue that hinders its immediate escape and makes it vulnerable to manipulation. You feel as though your victory has given you some kind of hold over it, and you are able to do with it as you please. Hmm. Theos Arcanon, there can be no forgiveness for your deeds, only justice. You shall escape judgment no longer. You regard Theos' soul, still and subdued, and your pronouncement seems to empower your spirit. Your will seems to you now a thick chain, and you wind it around Theos, constraining all movement, eliminating any possible last means of resistance. You call to mind the eternal prison, the vast empty cavern in its cells of Adra, vacated by souls that chose to betray themselves in order to escape an infinite abyss of hopeless self-reflection. You choose a vacant pillar, and pour your consciousness into it, creating a perfect, inescapable hollow with space for one. And now you gather up Theos' soul and bear it to the pillar like some bodiless jailer conjured by justice itself. You can feel its resistance now, the abject terror radiating from it, but your bindings will not be broken. When at last it is sealed away, and you begin to recede back to your center, you could almost swear you hear a distant, wordless cry for mercy. In the stillness that follows, a single word echoes through your mind, a word that you spoke when you were one with Theos in ancient memory. You realize it is the word that activates the machine. Releasing the spirits. And now, okay, we can't actually leave his body, which is kind of sad.
Of course.
We do need to check our quest log, however. Memories of the Ancients, Council of Stars. Let's see. Nest egg, no. Nest above the clouds. Let's see. Council of the Stars. Earn divine favor. Okay. Court of Penitence. No. Oh, I can't remember. Let's see. Visions. Okay, Cyclopedia, maybe. Character statistics. Combat. Deities, here we go. Hylia. Well, you know, you're really, really unhelpful here. Game. Can you just. Nest above the clouds. Pray to her, Tyr Evron. I don't remember what she wanted me to do with the frickin' souls. Return the souls of the Hollowborn children. Gave me her power. Right. Let's go. Let's go plug the souls back in. Let's quick save. This is gonna run over because it's gonna be the grand finale of this series. At long, long last. With your companions bearing witness, you step up to the place where Theos once stood before his people long ago. The great machine lies in front of you, idle, ready. Oops. You have seen this machine and others like it in operation. You understand how it works. It is a device for directing souls. As a watcher, it will be a simple matter to influence that direction. Though as big as the machine is, it may be the last thing you ever do. Speak the command to activate the machine. There's a shrieking of stone, grinding against stone as old cogs loosen and begin to turn. You have only moments before the souls will be sent into the Adra vein. This will be your only chance at redirecting them. Return the souls to the bodies they were intended for, as Hylia asked. You close your eyes and expand your perception outward, taking in the immense totality of the tens of thousands of souls orbiting the chamber. Your grasp on the souls is tenuous. You find yourself fighting to keep them all within your influence, and you can feel them slipping away from you as the machine gains speed. A brief moment comes when it feels as though you hold all of them at once, and their force is so great it feels as though they will tear you apart. In that moment, you dedicate your entire being to bending their orbit, channeling their flow in a new direction.
At your command, the ancient device became your instrument, spinning to life with deafening resonance and gathering up the swirling essence like thread on a great spindle. There, in the pale pulsing glow of the machine that set you on this path long ago, you summoned all your strength, focusing on your objective and blocking out all else. With a single concussive blast that rocked the chamber and sent you tumbling to the ground, you freed the souls from their stasis. Exhausted, your consciousness slipping away, your last sight was of the machine, dark and dormant. Then your eyes closed, and sleep welcomed you at long last. After coming to and searching for some time, you discovered the route Theos used to enter Sun in Shadow, and embarked on a long and arduous ascent back to the surface. You emerged in Ter Evron after days of tunneling through the rubble Theos had left behind, and when you stepped into the daylight, you were faced with a different Deerwood than the one you had left. At your direction, the souls diverted by Theos were guided back to the vessels originally meant for them. For the first time, parents of hollow-born children woke to the cries of their infants, and looked into their eyes to see them staring back. People fell to their knees where they stood, thanking Helia or Mogren, or even Aethys for their forgiveness of whatever guilt they felt they bore. But for all the relief that had come to some parents, others only found new grief. For many thousands of Hollowborn had died during Wideone's legacy, many by their parents' own hands. For those children, there would be no homecoming. Yet the last Hollow birth was in the past now, and those parents willing to risk trying for a new child were frequently rewarded, often with twins. Many felt they saw Helia's hand in it, and the year would be remembered as the year of Helia's splendor. With the birth of his Hollowborn child, the last threads of Lord Radric's sanity frayed and broke apart, his wife the first victim of his wrath. With a fortress to protect him and a garrison of loyal soldiers at his command, he continued to snuff out all signs of resistance from the citizens of Gilded Vale, real or perceived. In the end, all would hang from the boughs of the village's trees, watching over their dead town with vacant eyes. Following the assassinations of Duke Avar Wolfgren and Lady Webb, Defiance Bay was thrown into political upheaval. In the ensuing weeks, the streets had become the domain of looters and blackguards. Few dared to step outside their own doors alone or unarmed. But once the dozens had regrouped in the wake of the riots, they quickly put an end to the criminal activity. They patrolled the streets in droves and administered their brand of law on any perceived offenders. This was not the erratic justice of the mob, however. The dozens had taken to heart the strengths of their adversaries, the Knights of the Crucible, and emerged as a far more organized, disciplined force. With the waning strength of the other Defiance Bay powers,
The leadership of the Dozens took the opportunity to establish its own group as the dominant peacekeeping force in the city. The Dozens would soon find themselves overwhelmed by the problems of a leaderless metropolis. But they found an uneasy new partner in the surviving forces of the Crucible Knights, who understood the city's infrastructure and were able to keep the worst of its problems under control. Though the machine atop Ter Noaneth had been disabled, it had not seen its last use. Heritage Hill was rebuilt, and no sooner had the first families moved in to resettle the district than members of the Leaden Key, acting under standing orders from their Grand Master, climbed the tower and reactivated the machine. The initiates slew a handful of the new settlers under cover of night, and watched as history repeated itself, the victims reanimating and devouring the survivors. After this second incident, the district would remain abandoned. The Duke's assassination at the apparent hands of an Animancer had caused catastrophic rioting in the streets of Defiance Bay, and few Animancers survived the first day. Many Deerwoodens took the end of Widewind's legacy as a sign, both that the gods did not approve of animancy, and that the purging of Animancers in Defiance Bay had been enough to satisfy them. In time, their rage would subside, and a number of surviving Animancers remained in and around Defiance Bay, often taking to the wilds to practice their science without repercussions. The town of Deerford had seen the last of the cult of Scan. Dark rumors about the town's many curses quickly faded, and travelers soon returned. The fortress of Cadnua emerged as a bastion of security in the midst of an untamed land, becoming the envy of every Thane and Earl in Deerwood. Legend grew over time of its impregnability, and stories of formidable invaders easily scattered by the keep's defenses became popular around the hearts of Deerwoodians. Likewise, it also became a beacon to travelers, merchants, and visiting dignitaries alike. Reputed as the finest fortress in all Deerwood, people would journey from near and distant lands alike to experience its fabled hospitality and grandeur. Adair chose not to return home. Still conflicted as to his role in the Saints' War and unsure of his place in the Deerwood, he took a ship to Adir and reunited with his parents. There, he resumed the quiet lifestyle he had grown accustomed to in his years as a farmhand in Gilded Vale. When the dust settled in sun and shadow, Aloth looked upon the remains of Theos Ix Arcanon, his former master. He saw where the Grandmaster had gone wrong, and he knew what he would do better. The secret of the gods would be preserved, and with it, the sanity and well-being of all Kith. He donned the remains of Theos's ceremonial garb, and prepared himself for the long and lonely task ahead. After all that he had learned in the Watcher's company, Kanorua could no longer see meaning in his pursuit of the Tanvi Oratoa. He decided to leave what remained of it within the depths of the Endless Paths, and return home. Kana bid the Watcher farewell and sailed back to Rawatai, spending the tempestuous journey reflecting on the time he had lost to the pursuit of falsehoods. His family found Kana much changed, his fiery excitement replaced with a weary solemnity. Determined to change his wandering ways, Kana took up a quiet life as a lorekeeper at the college, teaching young students the traditions of their people.
Sorry about that.
With Theos defeated and the souls released from sun and shadow, healthy children were born once again in the Deerwood. The grieving mother sought a place where she might do penance for the birthing bell. She returned to Deerford, where, to the astonishment of the villagers, she delivered the first healthy child in over a decade. She remained there, and with each new birth, she saw a measure of hope restored to the Deerwood, and a measure of grace for her own troubled past. Durrance continued to blame Woodica for the atrocities of the Saints' War. Believing Mogren to have been a pawn in the machinations of the queen that was, and feeling that Theos's expulsion had been a step towards reconciliation with his goddess, Durrance tried for a time to reopen communication with her. When only silence came, he took it as a condemnation of his continued existence. Ultimately, he built a pyre and threw himself upon it, using his own shattered staff as kindling. In her 4-month journey back to Nositoc, Sagani found that the landscape she traveled had become strangely colorless. the food bland and unsatisfying. She watched the Deerwood, Air Glonfoth, the Valian Republics, and the lands beyond slide by with a dull sense of dread. She returned home to great celebration, yet the words of joy and congratulations rang hollow to her. Old beloved songs sounded toneless. The rituals of changing seasons became drudgery, and Sagani experienced her life back in Masuk as if in someone else's skin. So she fought to feel the worth of her actions, or, at least, to let her village feel them. She led ever longer and more ambitious hunts, mentoring the younger rangers who followed her. On one such expedition, her party was beset by a blizzard, and she pressed on where her companions turned back. She did not return to Masuk. For you, the death of Theos brought an end to your waking visions, and a silence to the whispers of the past. In their absence, you were able to sleep. The questions of a distant lifetime ceased to trouble your soul. All that remained was what to make of the answer. But at the moment, there was little to be done, and the matter would have to wait. A long journey loomed ahead.
Well, I have to say. Oh, move credits. I have to say that was probably the most depressing game I have played in quite a long time. Um, yep, we're gonna fast me. Yeah, the credits thing on the actual menu. If anybody's interested in, can we just skip this? Yes, we can. Let's escape. So yeah, so here's credits. Yeah, that was Pillars of Eternity. Um, it was something. A lot of those things were bad endings, I guess, but I, I'm not sure what else I was supposed to have done to fix them. So I might replay this eventually, but like I said, this is the most depressing game I have played in forever. So probably because I didn't finish most of the companion quests. Alright, so this has been Pillars of Eternity with Triax 2. I will see you guys in the next game. Bye.